Bitcoin is really internet for money, right? So when you access the internet, right, you do it via browser. You can do it via any browser, right? It could be Microsoft's Internet Explorer. It could be Chrome that was developed by Google. It could be Safari, developed by Apple, right? Anybody can set up a server or a service on the internet. There is no regulatory authority that controls who can connect to it. And information can flow freely over the network between anybody. And Bitcoin does exactly the same thing for money. Anybody can set up a wallet. It could be any wallet by any provider. And that wallet is interoperable with anyone who connects to the network to receive money. So any merchant can connect to the network and receive money from anyone. There are no transaction fees. It's global, so you can send money from the Philippines to a merchant in the US or to a merchant in Germany or in Africa, just with the same ease that you would pay for a merchant in the Philippines. So really what it does is it democratizes access to payment and to money. So when you set yourself up to accept payment via Bitcoin, you really open yourself to accepting money from anyone who owns Bitcoin, which is already tens of millions of customers. And likewise, when you set up your Bitcoin wallet, which is free, you can pay at any merchant that accepts Bitcoins. So in the US, if you look at some of the top merchants that already take Bitcoin, you can look at Expedia.com, Dell.com, eBay and PayPal just announced that they're going to be integrating Bitcoin into their services. Overstock.com, Virgin Airlines, so quite a lot of big name merchants are taking it, and tens of thousands of smaller merchants are taking it as well. The advantages of Bitcoin are even bigger, I think, in a market like the Philippines, where credit card penetration is very low, right? So if I'm going to buy something online at Zalora, Lazada, or any of those websites, most likely I end up having to pay over the counter or door-to-door delivery, which basically means that the next day I have to get on a jeepney, spend 45 minutes getting to the bank, standing in the bank for 30 minutes, then getting on a jeepney to go back home. Most likely this is in scorching heat or torrential rain, depending on what time of the year you are, and so you basically end up wasting about 3 hours of your life. And obviously for customers, this is not a good experience, and it's not likely that they're going to be buying online. They will just go and buy something brick and mortar. So credit card penetration is going to take very long to increase. We all know why, because it's really hard to reach into people who have lower income. Specifically with traditional banking, the cost structure is very high. And so Bitcoin is really a good solution for that, because signing up for a Bitcoin wallet is basically as easy as setting up a Facebook account or WhatsApp or any of those applications.